I came up here to check things out and realized there's only one way up here. You might think this is not particularly unusual, but as a professor at the University of Missouri, I went through an awful lot of commencement exercises, and the School of Journalism, in which I was a faculty member, used to have its own ceremony, and one year they had it in Peace Park, which those of you familiar with the campus know it's a very nice setting amongst the trees. We were all set to begin the ceremony, and I told the dean, I said, you know, I think there's a problem here. And he, of course, didn't pay much attention to me. Deans don't pay much attention to people. He said, what's that? And I said, well, you know, usually you come up across the stage, you shake hands, and you walk out on the other side. There isn't any other side. So they had to do something about that and delay the commencement by about 30 minutes while they found some spare. I want to say a couple of things before we actually get into introducing our candidates for this year. First, nobody gets into the Missouri State Hall of Fame unless somebody fills out a nomination form. They're online, or you can contact any board member and we will get you a form. But nobody gets in unless there's a form filled out. It's that simple. Somebody has to nominate somebody. Also, I want to make a point that we offer as a service to all associations in the state that if you have a local Hall of Fame, we want to know who those people are that you are inducting, and we will provide you with a very nice certificate, free of charge. So please let us know who those people are, and Connie will make sure that they get a certificate. Our first inductee tonight is Robin Burton Goodin for superior performance. She began bowling at age 8 at Blue Ridge Bowl in Kansas City. She bowled in adult leagues there in Kansas City until she moved east in 1983 and established herself in St. Louis, O'Fallon, and St. Charles bowling circles. She was a longtime member and captain of teams in traveling leagues. She has a high series of 784, a high season average of 208, the first woman in the O'Fallon Association to shoot 300. She has averaged in the 200s for more than 10 seasons. In 1983, she was a member of a team that bowled a 1262 game and a 3446 series, and that's scratch, of course. At the time, those were women's records for all-female team world record. The scores remain as Missouri State records. Robin was the Missouri State Women's Division I Singles Champion in 1994, St. Louis Division I Doubles Champion in 1993, St. Charles City Team Champion, and 3-time O'Fallon WDA All Events Champion. She was high qualifier with St. Louis Queens one year. She also made a mark as a member of the O'Fallon WDA Board of Directors for 7 years. She was inducted into the O'Fallon WDA Hall of Fame in 1995. It is a pleasure to induct Robin Burton Goodin in the Missouri State Hall of Fame. Goodies for you. A plaque, USBC, Missouri State Association Hall of Fame, presented to Robin Goodin for superior performance June 4, 2011. We have a certificate. USBC proudly recognizes Robin Goodin on being inducted in the Missouri State USBC Association Hall of Fame, signed by me and Darlene Baker, USBC Board President. And
hello everyone. I have to get my glasses on, sorry. I want to thank everyone for this prestigious award. It is quite an honor to even be nominated, and I am humbled. I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate all of the scholarship winners. We have quite the junior bowlers in our state. Some of the scores that come out of Missouri from the kids nowadays are phenomenal. I would also like to extend my congratulations to the other inductees. I've had the pleasure of bowling league and tournament with and against some of them. I also want to thank my family for coming tonight. My kids, Danny and his girlfriend Kayla, my daughter Stephanie and her husband Tim, their girls, I've kind of heard them throughout the night, Hannah and Ava, my sister Leanne and her husband Larry, also my in-laws are here, Bud and Shirley, and my nephew and his wife, Shane and Tabitha Goodin. Bowling has been a big part of my life. You can just ask my kids. It was a big part of my salvation when we had to leave Kansas City and move to St. Louis. You meet some very interesting people in the bowling centers, no matter what side of the state you're on, or if you're in the middle of the state, north or south. A lot of you are here tonight. When we moved in 1983, I walked into St. Charles Lanes, went to the counter and said I wanted to sign up for a scratch league. They looked at me and said they didn't have any scratch leagues. I thought, great, we moved to the bowling mecca, and they don't have a scratch league. I'm going back to Kansas City. A few phone calls later, I discovered that there were scratch leagues in town, and apparently in town meant St. Louis. I didn't know there was a difference. The rest is pretty much history. A unique league was formed that bowled all over the St. Louis metropolitan area and has some of the best bowlers in it. Some are here tonight also. As we settled into the bowling community, a new center opened up in O'Fallon. After some ownership changes, they needed someone to operate their pro shop. Rick said that we could help out for the next couple of years until things got off the ground. Apparently that takes a while because 28 years later we're still there. Last but not least, I would like to thank my husband Rick. I would not be here today up here if it wasn't for him. He has sat through many, many bowling tournaments supporting my bowling, whether it be good or bad. Sometimes he just shakes his head, good shot, up and down. Bad shot, he folds his arms across his chest, head moves side to side, and puts his head down as if he's praying. But all kidding aside, thank you, Rick, you've always been there. Thank you all again.